Good morning, everyone. It's Thursday. Welcome to Embody Your True Essence. Today is September 5th, 2024. How are you guys feeling today? I feel like the energy is so high up. Yesterday, I actually took a lot of nap and I had to rest. And I just dedicated myself to rest. Those are the type of day. How are you guys feeling today? I think there's a lot of stuff happening, almost whatever I thought I was no longer there. And I'm today is a step 13 next to 4 is about innovating, law of attraction, doing something different. So lots of things are happening. Type in the comment where you guys are tuning from. Thank you guys for being here. I show up every day to talk about my life. It's a speaking meditation time, and whoever wants to stick around or listening in the background. Hi, Easy Bear 25. Hello, Toronto. Yes. Hi everyone, welcome. Type in the comment where you guys are tuning from and how you guys feeling. Today is my second day of having a period. Hi Monita. Hi everyone. Hi Jenny, Yuta. Amazing. How are you? Day 2 of on my period, and yesterday hit me really hard. Colorado. Oh my goodness. Wow, everyone's from everywhere. Stacy. Hi everyone. Yes, I feel like I don't have a crazy sensation normally when I have a period, but sometimes it hit me hard, and then sometimes I feel like, okay, is that because I release some parts of myself regarding my shame around sexuality, or maybe shame, or maybe some patterns I release on my mother's side. I think about all those things, and sometimes I feel when I'm ovulating, there's this pressure builds up around my hips. Have you guys feel that? I don't know. It's just me. It's almost like when I'm ovulating, there's this pressure builds up around my maybe uterus, and then it's almost like a vacuum. Try to put the airs in vacuum, and then to go like this, I feel it in my body, and I go, ooh. So when I actually felt that, it's super profound, but it's okay, what's going on? And with that sensation comes after, not right away, but it's really profound. Hello everyone. Hi Lee. Hi Easy. I love you guys are communicating in the chat and connecting. We're all so tribe at the end, right? And then take whatever you resonate with. Thank you for showing up, sharing your energy with us every day. Hi Jenny. Jenny. I really appreciate you guys. 90 ends. I need to figure out how to pronounce finally. Yes. Hi everyone. How's your energy overall? How are you guys feeling? I think today is Aquarius day. Step 4 is it's to do with Uranus. Uranus is a planet that connect to Aquarius type of energy. So yeah, I'm just gonna quickly read this. Uranus rules the day, except the expected executed. And now that Uranus is retrograded, Uranus days may evolve, rehashing something you once thought you licked. Today, Uranus is pushing you to innovate your approach to life itself. The way you look at your life is the hold-up, not life itself. Perhaps you are still seeing life as a struggle. If you had a hard childhood, for instance, think higher. One other potential hold-up to seeing life as greater than it is maybe the way you relate to yourself on the inside. Venus is calling you to upgrade self-treatment within. The world can change if you don't. The world can change if you don't. Yeah, it's all Nancy. Okay, I took notes. Nancy. The world can change if you don't. That's really true. And I know at this point, we all know that it's all up to us. Whatever we want, it's up to us. it's a radical responsibility for ourselves, whether that's good or not, right? When we call into some experience, stop yourself and, okay, do I like this? Do I like not? And it's a practice, right? And but also, this morning I woke up with this message from Serious Joy that says, expect that something in your life or with that soulmate may break down today. Thank you for that creepy message. First in the morning, right? And I felt really uncomfortable, of course, but I'm learning that just because I felt comfortable, I can still feel safe. So I'm embodying that. But at the same time, I'm curious, right? But at the same time, I'm nervous. What's gonna break, right? When I tell myself that, whatever meant to happen, meant to happen, right? And here comes the trust, right? Sometimes just because something breaks down doesn't mean that the end of that relationship or end of that something. It's about shifting. As long as you hold on to that thought. If you think it's the end, that's it, it's the end. So that's a paradox, right? Like we are shown all kinds of possibilities, and sometimes we think that, okay, this is it. But that's when we need to really go back to our drawing board, and that's when we need to go back to our faith. What do we believe? Because at the end of it, our belief and our faith will push us through the hard time. And even though we may not see what we want right away, but then it's like, okay, I trust that I've been practicing this. Once I set the intention, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. And maybe not the right time, not yet, but I know that universe, like in this world, we're supposed to be able to manifest what we exactly want. So practice tuning into this, like almost like tuning and practice, you get better. And know that everything will happen at the divine timing, and that's the truth, not to our ego timing. So I keep telling myself, obviously, but I'm also, I have a lot of ideas that like, okay, this is what I want to do and what I want to do. At the same time, like, 20 hours is a very short, like, I don't know, I think I read somewhere, or it showed up in my dream this morning. Someone in my dream, or maybe I read it somewhere, I don't know how to connect like subconscious thing. Someone said you need to split your day into 6 parts. When you sleep, the time you sleep, the time you spend for yourself, the time you work, like maybe 9 to 5, that's a long time if you have full-time job, and the time the time to work on your business, the time to blah blah blah. And then so I think it's, if you're working towards your goal and building your business, it tends to make all of that hours as your own to build business. But also we need to realize that you and your business are different things. I mean, it seems like the same thing. It's your baby that you built, or stuff that you work on, your passion project. But at the same time, you have us. We have so many aspects of ourselves, right? So we need to take time for ourselves on this little things and this little thing. But you don't want to split yourself too thin, so you just want to pick a couple things. Life is complicated. Yeah, I want to join Serious Joy. Can I talk to live? Yeah, what do you mean? Like, do you want to talk here? You can request it. I mean, you can just go. We can talk together. But if you want to join Serious Joy, you can go to seriousjoy.com. That's the right spelling. It's IRUS. Oh no, you skip I. I'm gonna type seriousjoy.com, and then the first month is hugely discounted. And but if you guys go to humangarage.net and you started to go through 28-day reset. I mean, start with the 1-day reset, 3 days, 7-day, 20-day, 28-day reset, and into once you got into lifestyle artist, I believe still you can get a discount. So you can surely start becoming a subscriber, and then once you get into lifestyle artist, you can probably get a discount. But it's not a cheap things, but they do have a lot of free content, and even on YouTube. But like this has changed my life, and I'm still learning, and I love the learning every single day. So I highly recommend. But you can also listen to me every single day. So you can sort of understand what the energy is, and there's a lot of free content that they put up. So today is definitely feeling the me-marriage type of day, but let's just read the longer description of what this energy has to say. Today is about pioneer reality. So always remember, Aquarius energy is we're going to age of Aquarius to start, right? And age of Aquarius connected to water and aqua, and water flows. And I've been talking so much about moving like water, living like water. And because that's exactly what I want to embody. But part of us will have so much programming that we don't want to move. Like, we don't want change. It's like once you establish a good platform, really hope that like this won't change. Because change give us so much, it seems like it give us so much instability and shake things up, and it's uncomfortable. But since the COVID time, we're sort of like being challenged, being tested, I mean, shaken up, like right to left, up and down, ups and downs. And I think this is the world we are heading. And it's very uncomfortable, right? And that's why I created this. I came up with the phrase that it's okay to feel uncomfortable. Doesn't mean that we're unsafe. And this is going to be the normal. So you better get used to it. That was not the song. I just came up with the phrase. But yeah, it's, every day it changes, right? It's intense sometimes. And sometimes it show up more in your emotions. Sometimes show up in your actual physical body. So, you want to rest, but sometimes you want to a little bit stand up and then, okay, I'm feeling like so heavy. Let's just move my body and see how I feel. So every lesson we learn so much about ourselves, and it's all about finding that good neutral point during all of this, because sometimes you go this way, sometimes you go this way. It's not about going this way and then this is good. It's about both. And so we're embracing that, when we're living in this duality, there's light and there's darkness. Darkness is just the absence of light. So going with that, but once you shine the light, that darkness disappears suddenly. But in order for us to give, in order for us to grow, we need contrast. For me, contrast is the shadow. When we have some different things, we get used to light. For example, there's so much light, but there's like one thing that show us like a little bit of activation. There's something different. There's shadow. There's an absence of light. That's when we pay attention, right? And it's not about get caught up with that shadow and try to fix that shadow. It's more about shining the light and take it as a good contrast. Oh, I like that. So in this, I don't like using trigger because like trigger is negative, right? So sometimes, one of my listeners taught me about the word activation, and that's powerful. Or clue, here's another one. I like to use inspiration, but also contrast. Here's a new one. So if you are exposed to a contrast, we pay attention. Contrast. That's a really neutral word that it doesn't trigger any positivity or negativity. It's probably it's a great word. You know, contrast give us awareness. Everything is a learning lesson, and when we don't change, the world around us cannot change. So that seems like the pattern. So it's all about law of attraction. When you feel stuck, when I feel stuck, or if I have some moving energy to sort up, you know, things happen, and then you sort of like you're working on yourself so much not to put yourself down, but there's like a part of you that is have a little bit of blockages, right? And it's like to work through, you know, maybe you can move your fascia, but also sort of like you need to go through that, go through the emotions so that you can process things, right? And as you go through that, you can shift your perspective. That's when you can finally release. So I think it's important to going back to drawing board, because at least I've been doing this painted picture and drawing board quite some while with some intentions, and always go back to the drawing board. Or sometimes don't go back to the exact sentences that I worked on. It's not about rewriting, like literally, but it's more like write something new on top of it. That's what I do, because my painted picture is not about erasing and adding it on. Sometimes I do that, but mostly I honor where I was. So when I write down, you know, you can work on your painted picture according to your like subcategories, like your life, your career, your business, and your relationship, your environment. And those are the things that you can write it down, right? And as you write it down, and they were perfect at the time, and I honor that, you know, and I honor where I was. But then we are forever expanding. I'm forever expanding. So when I come back in a month, and I am in a totally different place. So I wouldn't necessarily go and fix the writing, but I put the new dates and then add on. Oh, by the way, this is what I wanted to. Right? Think of all the possibilities that I would like to attract. Darkness is like the soil, the earth where seeds are nourished and grow. Our thought seeds grow and expand in that darkness. You're so wise, Jenny. Darkness is like the soil, the earth where seeds are nourished and grow. Our thought seeds grow and expand in that darkness. So I think it's our programming that darkness is bad. Darkness calm us down, right? It's like the void. It's like that, what's that energy? Pluto energy. Pluto connected to Scorpio energy, where we create from void, where we set that boundaries for ourselves. Like, this is what we want. This or something better. And then we'll start with that. And then, you know, in terms of serious choice step system, you set the boundaries on step 0. 0 seems nothing, but nothingness is everything, right? So you start working on that. And then step 1, look at what you set up. This is your boundaries. Like, do I love about this? What do I love about this? Do I love this? And next step, how do I feel about this? And do I believe in this? And how do I innovate this? And next one is what do I think about this? And how do I receive? And how do do I make a decision on it? Am I ready to receive this? And okay, now let's make a decision on it. And let's take action on it. So instead of like taking action right away, there's so many steps that you need to take. But then some people, you know, sometimes in terms of like specific topic, we stumble across and then you got stuck, and then it's like or skip the step, right? You got to think about all the aspects. And when you manifest something big, you got to go through this, like, okay, this is my boundary. I love this. I feel about this. I believe in this, and I'm going to innovate in this area. And then I'm going to think about it, keep thinking about it, and I'm ready to receive. I make decision on it, and I take action on it. Then I manifest, and I keep practicing that, and I become that. So that is that step that is so powerful that I'm learning to embody. And today is the step 13. So it's about I love and I believe and I innovate. Yes. So thank you guys for being here and listening. So today, Cosmic Gateway is opening in your daily reality. The energy is primed for you to shift out of the normal perspective of viewing your life. And as I'm reading, I feel anxious. Like my part of me, my ego is like choking things up. Sometimes you feel the energy, right? When down something shift. Like, I'm with Human Garage, and Human Garage, the organization that's constantly changing and shifting. I'm getting better and better at this change, but it's nerve-wracking, right? The energy is primed for you to shift out of the normal perspective of viewing your life and bear witness to a more advanced progress point of view. What it's like to have more advanced progress point of view. You could say that universe is going to jailbreak you out of the reality you have been trapped in and present an alternative version. I love that. I mean, it's like dilemma, right? I'm scared, but I'm excited. And because you're transitioning the I become Virgo awareness, the experience may be a shocking eye opener. Net 4, I belong, today's the day. Is the whirling state of awareness, which is also known as the law of attraction. The energy or frequency that is underneath all of matter, powered by eternal love, is the method in which the universe is organized. The energy, when you say universe, is a universe. The energy of I become Virgo is a materialization of this energy into form. So today, the material aspect of your life, such as your body, home, environment, or physical possessions, are in flux according to the law of attraction. Simply put, things in your life that vibrate at the different frequency that your heart will be repelled away from you today. So I think that's a good news. In the end, all is well. It's scary, but whatever crumbles today is whatever it's meant to be. It doesn't align with your frequency. I'm going to read it again. Simply put, things in your life that vibrate at the different frequency than your heart will be repelled away from you today. People, places, or things that are in harmony with your heart's rhythm will be attracted to you. Thus, today is a cosmic square dance where you will see things in your life boogie off into the distance and other things dance into your space. Let's really pay attention to that. The changes that are happening today are aspects of life your heart no longer vibes with. What you're experiencing is a change of heart about what belongs in your life and what does not. The change of heart shifts the perspective of how you look at things, which in return shift the dimension you find yourself living. So for example, today you may realize you no longer love your daily job. You wish you could own your own business. So you're thinking shift dimensions from the perspective of the employees to the supervisor. In each of your stories today, listen to your heart to determine if you still vibe with the aspects around you. If you don't belong in one place, explore where you may belong instead. You may be challenged to grow from something you have faith in breaking down before your eyes. This is the one that I messaged. Yeah. You may be challenged to grow from something you have faith in breaking down before your eyes. Try not to respond the way you normally would. Instead, think about what your heart truly believes. Respond from that perspective. So maybe like for me, it will help to think that whatever I'm going through today it's for my highest good. It's for my joyful, amazing life. Your long-term production or financial plans may fall apart. Whatever comes apart will be replaced by something even better. Listen to your heart to be led to more profitable position. I like that. I gotta trust. Your goal is to release from standard thinking and instead follow what your heart believes. See what happens. I become Virgo energy comes across as absolute and solid. It's common for people to be attached to physical aspects of or situations until they break down or fall apart. That's very true. It's common for people to be attached to physical aspects of a situation until they break down or fall apart. If an aspect of your life falls apart today, it's because you were inflexible or overly attached to the situation. It took the situation breakdown for you to see it did not belong in your life. Have faith in this process. This is a really hard part for me. It's like I get sour, even though something is not good for me anymore, and things are coming because it's time for me to step up. You're moving up in the world. I belong in a higher dimension of joy. Yes, 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 all of this. Let that sink in. It's hard. Okay, it's hard. Thinking that it's hard is my programming. I think you're right about the dark being negative. Darkness is also like sleep that is required as rest to be able to take action when we are awake. Yin and yang. Yeah. And the negative minus is doesn't mean that it's bad. So there's no good or bad. Sometimes it's just a flow. Maybe we have feeling that pushing energy, sometimes more masculine pushing energy. Sometimes we're feeling more pulling energy, which is more feminine. And when we go here, I feel like I get uncomfortable because it's like, oh, I'm not taking any action. All I did was taking a nap. But I am learned to embrace that because when you talk about you becoming magnetic, we're all electromagnetic, and magnetic is literally the law of attraction. The day like today is instead of you chasing, you attract. I love that phrase, but we don't really know what that is, what that will look like, attract, magnetic. What is like to be magnetic? You stop trying. But then you feel like if you don't try, then nothing will happen. Life is up to us, whether you take it or not, right? So it's all the paradox. But as I'm talking, I'm hoping that it's shifting something inside of me, because it's not about that literal pushing. It's not about literal pulling. Even when I'm pulling, I'm still in the work. I'm still, my work is still in the process. Right about being a negative perception. I feel all of this. Last night it started and I felt this. Yeah. Thank you for sharing. I think if things are moving, all I need to do is to keep finding that inner peace. One thing I notice is when I find myself, when I'm in my inner peace, nothing really bothers me, especially with someone I live with. It's like I'm more kind, and I'm more compassionate. I do things that like he wants, and I do it with love, and I'm annoyed by it, right? And it's about exchange, but also when I'm in a happier state, I'm definitely a better person. So maybe it's all we have to define is that inner peace within ourselves, inner peace with all of the face. Can you also be in your inner peace when you are mad and okay with it, right? When you're feeling sour about some situation, but can you also feel peaceful with it? When you're having so much fun, it's easy to find this is where I belong. You belong in inner peace. You belong to you. right? Yes. Okay, I tapped 13 times and I picked that card, and I'm picking this card quite many times. And yes, flow is both. Yes, flow. Yeah, there's no good or bad. There's no, um, evil. There's no, it's not about heaven or hell. It's about that flow. It's about everything. It's about inclusion. It's about law of attraction. It's about energy. It's about water. It's all around us, and understanding. And every day, feel it in your body where the tightness is. What do I need to do? What is this speaking to me? Okay, so the card I pick is called Celebrate Yourself. You deserve it. Yay, you're amazing. So take a moment to celebrate yourself. It's almost become normal to punish yourself while we're in a pursuit of our goals with negative thoughts like, I'm not there yet. It's not perfect. We need to flip the script on those self-defeating thoughts and learn to celebrate the small stuff. If you pulled this card, it's time to celebrate how far you've come in this exact moment. You're doing an awesome job at life, even if you don't feel like it. Stop waiting for the major monthly holidays and learn to celebrate yourself daily. The more you praise and celebrate your life, the more there is in life to celebrate. When was the last time you celebrate yourself? Been a while? Do something today that honors you and all your amazingness. Celebrate yourself doesn't always have to be extravagant. You can keep it simple and dress up, buy some flowers, write yourself a love note, take a nap, or treat yourself to a fancy dinner. You deserve it. I celebrate myself today and every day because I deserve it. Our reflection, our world is a reflection of the amount of self-love. That's exactly it, right? Best wishes. You too, Cherry. Our reflection is our world. Our world reflects back what we are, who we are. And the amount of self-love, the amount of inner peace, the amount of trust, amount of faith that we have will be reflected in our outer world. But sometimes we don't see that and we try to fix outside. But we are leveling up, things are crumbling, because in order for something to emerge, something needs to crumble so that we can emerge. So in the process of becoming, when something crumbles, something breaks down, it's about shifting, it's about leveling up, it's about coming out of the shell. So there's a lot of nostalgia around it for me, at least. Like, I don't like something breaking down, I don't like something leaving. And but I guess it needs to be celebrated. But how can we speed up the process of this? You know what I mean? Because this is uncomfortable. Transitional phase is uncomfortable. I'm surely learning to be better in the transition, and being uncomfortable is okay, you know. But at the same time, like, I think we can still work on that to speed up this uncomfortable phase, so that, you know, level 5 to level 6 is like level 5 instead of that, it's like, okay, we go through that, and then it's like, instead of go here, level 6 is here, it's level 6 is right there. Because it's shorten that speed. So I like to get to that point, but I guess all is well. All is well. Where we are is perfectly safe and perfectly perfectly at the right space and right place. I tend to rush because I want to get there so bad, and then this is uncomfortable. So I tried so hard to try to, get to here, but there's a reason why I am on this speed. And as I'm in my way of that process, then it further slow down the process. So I'm not really helping if I try to rush and try to go in the way. Let it be. Surrender is probably the fastest way to shift when that things happen. Yeah. Allow versus retreat to move through, right? So here comes the power of shifting. When pulling doesn't work, you keep pushing it. There's a literal Japanese proverb. If the door doesn't work by pushing, try pulling it. And so I think it's shifting the focus. Okay, we're going in this direction. Okay, it doesn't work. Let's go this way. But you don't have to have emotions around it necessary as we are shifting. But as humans, we have emotions. It's like we want to stay the same, right? So there's that. There's that moving. I think there's a lot of power in that. I think that's what it is in life, right? Change is constant, and it's gonna happen, and we gotta we gotta be used to it. We're just gonna shoken up, that's life, and we're constantly changing. But what we don't have to change is our faith. What we don't have to worry about changing is our belief. I mean, belief system change too. Okay. What doesn't change is the change itself. That's the truth. But yeah, it's how can we flow? Yeah, the quality of our life, quality of our fluidity is what we need to work on. So I think today is really about what I want to embody by through all this reading today is it's really try not to respond the way you normally would, I normally would. Instead, think about what your heart truly desires, respond from that perspective. Things are happening, maybe I spoke up and maybe it didn't work at that moment, but it triggers something in them anyways, in that relationship. So work through that, trust in the process. Maybe things didn't work at the moment, but it's like there's a line consciousness. I want to get there. This is what I want to manifest. This is I'm not changing. I'm stick to this. This is where I protect. So, but this is what I protect. So whatever happens here, I've been taken to somewhere like here and there, but maybe it's necessary because if I go here, noisy, I work on something that I need to be worked on. So then when I come back and I keep working so that when I actually, this opportunity comes, I'm ready. So I need this. I need this. When something is switched, shifted, I exactly need this little thing so that I can move through into where I need to go, where I want to go. It's not about need to go. I want this. Yeah, and I deserve this because I am blessed, and we are all working on our self-love, self-worth, self-esteem, right? We all have a imposter syndrome somewhere, right? We're all working and I'm getting better at it. But every time it felt like imposter to receive something and then tell ourselves, I deserve this. I definitely deserve this. And I celebrate myself for attracting this. And I enjoy the process. I enjoyed this little wins. I enjoyed this dot, connecting the dots, because these dots will coming into a beautiful masterpiece in the end. So trust in the process. I think this is where we fail many times when we are moving pieces, working on the puzzle, and it's like, no, this doesn't work. I don't think this piece is for my life. And you filter it out, and then you get so lost and overwhelmed, and it's like, I give up on life. Ah, this is what I attracted. I got killed. I got murdered. I failed. I did something that destroyed my life. But now I know better when things happen. Okay, this is part of the process, part of the process. I've been tested. This is where I need to strengthen my faith, because I know things are happening for me. Do you feel like you're living like this? Yes, life is flow. Flow is living, being, transcending up. Yeah. You know, like we relate and connect to certain level, but then we're so unique into each individual. It's so funny to see people's journey on social media, and I can see what they're good at, what they're not good at, and that creates a drama, right? But then it's like we get to create our own drama. We are creating our own drama, but suffering is a choice. Why do you need to put yourself in that, right? So I, but we tend to put ourselves in that situation because I don't know, somehow we want to experience that. Maybe that comes from the attachment, that maybe comes from that addictive behavior of things. But this is all about making mistakes and moving forward, right? Allowing yourself, no one's perfect, surrendering when pushing doesn't work. Maybe like, moving forward is a genuine direction in life. I move forward. And it seems like literally when you feel like there's something against and you can't move forward, and you're gonna shift the perspective. You're gonna maybe go this way a little bit and then just go like that. It's not about, when hiking, for example, there's a big rock, and you know maybe you could go around in detours and go, or there's a choice, right? You can start carving the rock, even though there's so much space in beside, but you could do that. That's hard, and then you learn something from it, right? So that's one choice. Or you could just go a little bit here and let's go back, and that's all paths are beautiful. And depending on the choice that we make throughout the life, that will make us uniquely us. Yeah, it's time like this, but I need to trust and have more faith. Thank you for the reminder. Yeah, I keep saying that, trust and have more faith, but more so remembering us having so much trust and faith. It's not about becoming either, right? It's all about how we word things so that it clicks. It's not about maybe trusting in more, just remembering that feeling of being in faith, remembering that feeling of loving ourselves. Feelings are powerful. Remember that feeling. For example, music is powerful because music can shift your vibrant, like frequency, like literally, scientifically can be proven. And so, and I learned that as a dancer. I've been told from a master teacher, legendary, iconic dancer. He said that you don't need to know every song to dance, because some dance style, have been have taught me to understand every little thing beat, so that I can like master when I dance. I can be a master when I dance, but it's not about that. Why do you need to remember all of that procedures and strategies? That's so exhausting. Try to understand and try to be good at everything. Life and dance, life it's the same thing. But if you remember the feeling when you get from a particular song, you know how to dance. That's what he taught me. Victor, amazing teacher, but he's a punking teacher. I want to apply that to my life. I don't need to know everything. But as soon as I tackle something, it makes me feel a certain way. But when I stick to the feeling that I want to feel through this, I want to feel peace. I want to feel trusted. I want to feel love and protected. And I just have so much faith in myself. Yeah, that comes down to that. If I have that feeling, hold on to that feeling. That's what we can protect, right? Really protect. Like, how do we want to feel? This is where we can protect. Like, we sometimes we feel like we don't have nothing to control, right? But what we can really control the reaction to the situation, and then we all know that. But it's like, how do we react differently, or how do we protect our reaction? Is to focus on the sensation, focus on the feelings. Like, you know, this reality is triggering me in a certain way and causing a certain sensation, but this is not that programming I want to live with. New programming in me, when things happen, I'm going to immediately transmute that this is where I can protect. Sometimes it's hard, you just surrender, but it's like you have so much faith in you, and you have so much. Sorry, I have to pause. You have so much faith in yourself that you can transmute that energy so quickly. That's about the protection. It's not about shielding. You feel everything, you're aware of everything, but it's like, that's when the queen energy comes. Remember ourselves. I'm the queen. You're queen too. You're queen too. I am working on raising other women. Raising other women. Cheering everyone. But also at the same time, it's kind of like, yeah, let's remind ourselves, like, I forget, I even got myself, I don't have it right here, but I even got myself a crown. Everyone try. It's like I literally got it from Amazon, and it's like, remind myself I'm a queen. Because if I just want to embody that. I was having this conversation with my partner the other day, and yeah, on the new moon, I put out the power stones just to, cleanse my stones. And we started this conversation. I started this conversation with my partner. He said that, oh, come to think of it, I think my family, my female, like, women in my life, in my family, are all kind of, love that witchcraft. And I think it's like, my partner is Latino, and Latin culture, and maybe, like, I think it's like African culture. Like, I come from Asia, so I don't know much about it, but it seems like it's a black magic is real, and people are always doing witchcraft. And I don't know if that's true. Like Latin culture and African, so, and even Indian culture. I feel like it's so common that have a lot of stigma, especially men have so much stigma around that witchcraft. And I was having this conversation, and there's no right or wrong to it, right? Whatever works. But I think any wish that you have shouldn't be harming other people. And because if you harm other people because we're connected, in the end it will come back, right? But sometimes it's okay to explore that. But I more identify myself as like to be a goddess rather than a witch. I asked myself if there was any time that I was a witch. I don't really relate to that sentence. Yeah, maybe some people were many times we were witch and have that superpower, but I like to go more towards a goddess type of energy rather than a witchy type of energy. Yeah, intention behind the energy. That's very true. Yeah, it doesn't matter what we do. Intention behind the energy. Intention behind the energy. That genuineness, um, sincerity, all of that, right? Yeah, and kindness, compassion, and you don't have to be like somebody. You don't have to pretend. You just become more of who you are. And but intention, start with the intention. So um, start with the, okay, who am I? I am kind, I'm loving, I am all of this. So keep reminding ourselves. Are there normally sirens near you? Yeah, so the thing is, I started this Instagram live and I picked that morning time. And this morning time is when my partner is sleeping. We live in a small apartment. I don't want to speak a lot loud. I mean, he can still hear. He's used to it at this point, but I didn't want to wake him up, so I didn't want to talk inside. So I was like, okay, we got the balcony, but the balcony is I can hear things, and I'm on this corner of the street that it's like coming from the fire station. There's a fire station like probably like 5 blocks away, but when they go out of downtown, they need to go through this street. There's an ambulance in a fire station need to go through this street, so things get often so loud. But I tell myself, like, okay, this Instagram is about me finding the inner peace even when outside is chaos. so so I think it's, there's so many factors, right, when you try to manifest something, and oh, you have to think about this and think about that. But as you practice more, you are less bothered by little things. And that's something that I'm working on. Yes. So yes, the answer is yes. As you said, to support or harm. Yeah, totally. I'm just gonna relax my legs a little. As you said, support or harm. Yesterday, I had sirens near me because my town is near the school shooting. I am sad today and slowly moving. Oh, I'm so sorry, Mary. Is that, what was the state? I forgot. It's that one that 4 people got shot, right? It's sorry to hear that. Sometimes, when we hear the news sometimes, and it's like, is this even true, but I just know that it's really happened. That's really sad, and I'm so sorry. You know, it gets affected. Georgia, yeah. Canada is a lot calmer, but yesterday there was some crime scenes. Like it's happening. I hear things in news, like even like 2 blocks away, or somewhere that we thought that is safe. Like I read this news that someone just randomly, this ill mentally person, cut off someone's head. That was the news, like in Vancouver, like let's say like 4 blocks away. You know, bad time, bad place. It's like, sorry, bad timing, right place. It's like there's no unsafe place whatsoever. Yeah. I love that you do this in a reality that is in present time. Yes, so I appreciate it. At least I have a microphone so you guys can hear. But yeah, it does get loud. I mean, yeah, somehow I picked this place, and with my partner, and it's been a ride. Yeah, for sure. It's a roller coaster, but I think it's like every time a relationship is like every time I go through something like this, and it's our power, it's our choice to make it work, and if our power to end things too, right? So, but at the end of it, it's about me. It doesn't matter what other people are doing. It's about me. You still want to continue. You still want to shift and connect on a different level. And the answer is absolutely yes. Yeah. um, my partner found a drawing in the lobby, when people move out and then leave stuff. And he found this big drawing of a Buddha. And it's beautiful. And he He brought it here and then he put it up. And he's not really religious. I mean, his family is religious, but he's never really like that. And then I didn't know that he actually liked Buddha. And I noticed I met so many Latin, like people from the Latin countries that love Buddha, which is super surprising for me. I grew up with Buddha basically, with temples and temples everywhere, Buddhas everywhere, right? That's where I grew up. So it's nice to see. Now my Buddha is in the house, and I think it's a blessing. He's like, this Buddha is gonna bring us so much silence. I'm like, no, it's not. Buddha is bringing us silence. Buddha is bringing us inner peace, bringing us so much peace and serenity. So I am very excited for the blessing. Things are happening for a reason, and it's funny. Something is gifted in exactly the moment that we need. Yeah, yeah. So that's I think it's yesterday I picked a card about feng shui, picking a card that is talk about feng shui and making our space more positive. And it's like talk to your house and elevate the house and co-create together that type of yeah, thank you, Mary, take care, type of energy is so important. Just everything is energy, but sometimes we just forget. Just like we forget that we are so powerful, just like we forget that we're a goddess, and we just constantly remind ourselves that how powerful we are, how beautiful we are, and we are the manifester. So let's just remind ourselves. I will remind myself every day. I will remind you every day when we got here. Let's just remember how powerful we are. The world will change when we change. The world will change when we change. And it's up to us. So that concludes our live today. And thank you guys for being here. It's Thursday. It's beautiful outside Vancouver. I have a fascial maneuver class later on, but I really want to take some time going back to my drawing board today and to create the life I want to create and enjoy the process instead of like, oh, I'm working on myself. It's more like, okay, I want to do this because I feel like doing it. So yes, yeah, let's just really have fun and do what we need to do. But I'm also create some space for ourselves to elevate and trust that everything is happening for us, and we are powerful, and let's set the intention that whatever we pick is exactly will lead us to where we want to go. But if this is needs to be constantly maybe upgraded too. So let's go back to drawing board and have a great day and have a wonderful day. Remember, you are beautiful, amazing, powerful, healthy. You're not stuck. You are being tested. It's up to us. It's up to you. It's up to me to flip the narrative and trust that you are promised to be successful in wherever you put your mind into, and enjoy the process of becoming. So thank you guys, and I'll see you soon. Bye. Have a great day.